All right, this unit is on the atmosphere. You're going to be learning about the air around you. What is it comprised of? What's its composition? How much oxygen does it have? Then you're going to be learning about air pressure and density, the 4 layers of the atmosphere and what happens within them. Then we're going to talk a little bit about sunlight and how it affects the temperature of the atmosphere. And lastly, we're going to be talking about wind and where that happens and how that happens. So have fun. All right, so this first part is all about what the composition of Earth's atmosphere is. So we're going to be able to describe the composition of the atmosphere. And in that, you may think that all oxygen or all the atmosphere is oxygen, or what we breathe in every day, but actually only a small part of what you breathe in every day is oxygen. We'll talk about that in a minute. So this is a key. You need to know this. Know it, know it, know it. Then there's also a couple of vocabulary words within this section. Weather and atmosphere. You should already know those, but weather is the condition of Earth's atmosphere at a particular time and place. And then atmosphere is the envelope of gases that surrounds the planet. So it's not just what's here, it's all the atmosphere that goes all the way up, all the way around our planet. The gases in our air are actually made up of different gases. You may think that that's just oxygen for the most part because that's what we hear about that we need within our body. We say, I need more oxygen, right? However, actually, the biggest part of our air, this big part, is nitrogen, and that's about 75% of the air that we have is made up of nitrogen. Oxygen here is this other big slice here, and it's about 21%. Okay, so that leaves us about 4% left over for carbon dioxide and other gases. Now, carbon dioxide is less than 1%, right? Less than 1%. And then the other gases make up the rest of. The atmosphere is also made up of other things like we talked about, such as water vapor, which, as you know, is the water in the form of gas, and then also other particles in the air, such as dust, smoke, salt, chemicals. Sometimes you can see those, but most of them are too small. You won't ever see them. Now, you may not think that air has any sort of existence around you. You can't see it. You can't typically smell it unless it has something in it. You can't feel it. However, we know that it is there, and it consists of atoms and molecules, and those have mass. So therefore, air has mass. It also has other properties, including density and pressure. Most of you should know right by now that density is the amount of mass in a given volume. So if you're given a volume of something, you can figure out how much mass it has, and that is its density. How much weight it has is another way that sometimes it's thought of. The other item here is air pressure. Air pressure is the result of a weight of column of air pushing on an area. Take a look at the next slide to get a better idea of what that is. The air above you, actually all the way up throughout the entire atmosphere, is all pushing down and pressing on you. That's what air pressure is, right? So you've got this column of air, and amazingly, the weight of all of that is about the weight that you would find in a school bus. It would be about that heavy. However, why don't you feel that? I mean, if it's all sitting right on top of you, how is it that you don't feel it? Well, the air is actually pushing in all sorts of different directions. So though you have air pushing down, there's also air molecules that are pushing up and out and to the side. And so they're all balanced as they push towards you. There's air that is pushing up at the bottom of your desk that is pushing up on the air that is pushing down. And so it all balances out so you don't actually feel it.